Does this microphone work? What if I go to this microphone? This is the shittier microphone. I can push this one out of my way. Now it works. So I have to start this whole damn show. It was a pretty good show too. Had a big giveaway. Had a couple of guests with us. They said they can't come back because they had just limited time. Ugh. Let's see. It says that it's making noises now. I'm gonna go over here and listen. Anything? If I say stuff over here, is it taking? Does this microphone work? What if I go to this microphone? Yeah. All right, so start this whole thing over again.
For some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome. I guess there's 4 people this time for the beginning of the Daily Gun Show. Coming live and talk about guns for an hour, the rest. So we'll screen share again, and I guess I do this all over again, even though I'm only getting paid to do this once. Bullshit. Gotta click on this. So this is GunStreamer. I was saying about how it's so good and blah, 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 and it's a better platform than other ones because it cares about guns and the Second Amendment, and that they're real people that we've met before and they're legit. And also, our video is the #1 video on GunStreamer, as you can tell from evidence right here. I'll hit refresh to prove it. No hokey pokey business going on. Oh, son of a bitch. I don't like GunStreamer that much anymore. It used to be good. Back in the day, GunStreamer was pretty good. Now it's kind of shitty. Yes. All right, well, so anyway, I'll go back and edit the beginning of this so that it's good, where it looks like GunStreamer gave a shit about my video. So what else are we going to do today? Oh, I'm all flustered. So we're going to do something. I had something good to do. Let's see. Getting some feedback on the mic. This is the old mic. I should probably go buy a new mic. Let's go find out how much a new mic costs. I don't want to go to Amazon. What else we got to do? I guess. Why are there 2 StreamYard windows open? How does that even happen? Oh, does this thing come up as a separate window? That's probably why. All right, so then I close out of here. Oh no, go over here. If you're not using your community tab on YouTube, then you're not using the whole thing of YouTube. So we're going to see if people are going to vote on the YouTube over here, see if there's any difference. So far, we're getting the Cobra Derringer. Did we draw these yesterday on this show, I think? Or else I draw them earlier. No, I draw them earlier today, right? I don't even remember. So drew these guns and stuck them over there on the community tab of YouTube. I think they show up as if they were a video. I don't know. Nobody else uses the community tab, so I never know. But I'll see them sometimes when I search the main page of YouTube. So far, the Cobra Derringer is getting all the likes over here on the YouTube. I think I'm going to look on the Patreon over here. I think that the Mayor's Leg's still winning on the Patreon, if I'm not mistaken. So, I got Final Option still playing over there. I got striked for what's happening on the live stream earlier today, and that's bullshit because I didn't even use that. They don't even know. They're racist as shit. I was using I was watching I got striked for different strokes, and I used the theme song from What's Happening. No, I didn't. Yeah, it is What's Happening. Fucking YouTube's a bunch of racists, and they get all mad out of what? Because I used it on the big channel. I use it on this channel all the time. I never get striked on this channel. I don't want to talk about that on here. That's what I guess I was saying on before I was muted, I guess. I have a text in to one of the gun website's crew, one of the people that's been around since old days. And and I need to chat about what you're talking about over there. So if he texts me back, I'm going offline because I need to. I don't know. I'm antsy about that. So let's see. So over on the YouTube, you got this community tab, and people are voting over there. I don't know if I have to refresh or if that just happens. I guess I have to refresh all the time because now the mayor's leg's winning. So I'll go over to the Patreon and I will click on, what do I click on? Posts and then published. And whatever the hell I said on Yankees, I must have pissed people off because was I too pro cop or was I anti cop? I don't even remember what the fuck I said, but people ditched me on Patreon. So I guess I experienced that. Let's see. Mini revolvers? No. Which one was it? Which one had the vote? Oh, which patch? This one. View. The Mayor's Legs win in 52. The Beretta's coming in second, and then the Cobra. But over on the YouTube, which will probably get more votes, right? There's 31 votes total on Patreon, which is the only ones that matter. These, though, is just for reference, just to have a set, plus to use the community tab, because I could use the whole thing on YouTube. Got to use the store. If you're legit, you got to use your playlist. Unless you're an idiot, you got to have playlists, especially when you got like 5,000 videos. Then you're going to use videos for nothing because that's a pointless tab. And then you want to click on you always want to have about shit in here. You got opportunity to link to some stuff off of the second biggest platform on the web. And if you don't have your own stuff to link to, consider linking to stuff that matters, right? Like your local Second Amendment organizations or channels that are awesome, right? And you want to support them, and they might not have the ability to get links out there, cross links all over the web. It's an important tool everybody's got. Almost nobody uses it. You can do the same thing on the channels tab. You want to link to channels that you value, that you find important, right? Like let's say the DC Project or Hot Brass and Bullets. You know that's Dragon Man's sister. Got some of you people out there, it looks like. But if I go to DC Project, this is a whole bunch of chicks that are doing stuff. They're not using their whole thing. They're not using their channel tab, which they definitely should be. They're not using their discussion. No, I do have an explanation for you today. EPR, I lost my space bar yesterday, but it turned out after a restart it came back. Anyway, they're hardly using that, and then of course they're not even using their about tab, which is frustrating. But if you use their video tab, you can go in here and link to people who are the shit, like Rhonda Hazel. Ever heard of Hazel versus Chicago? I got Diana Mueller, shall not comply to the freaking Congress. You got Brooke. I just listened to her on Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Really cool, fun interview. You got Tiffany. Talk about intelligent broad. You got Kelly out there kicking ass. Talk about GunStreamer. She's like the boss of GunStreamer. I don't know everybody in this, but just right there, you got Rhonda, who's kicking butt. I bet you she's got a channel. And that's Chicago Guns Matter, her organization. You got Diana Mueller, who's the boss of the DC Project or originator of it. What does Brooke do? She does some sort of training, I believe, and then pretty sure, well, obviously she's DC Project, but is it Girl in a Gun? I think I'm getting all my interviews mixed up now, but I think she said she was first year Girl in a Gun. Tiffany is a lawyer, one of the only people that was worth the shit at AmCon, in my opinion, as far as speakers, I mean. And then Kelly, I don't know enough about her, but obviously she's kicking butt. She's totally competent. She's winning on GunStreamer. And then Hot Brass and Bullets, a totally different type of chick. She's the sister of Dragon Man, for crying out loud. So she's been posting all kinds of cool stuff lately. This is definitely one of the best videos. I'm going to link everybody to this. Where do I link it to? Over here? Yeah. Boom. Watch this. If you like Dragon Man and you haven't watched this one, you're going to like it. Yeah. So this is his daughter, one of his daughters, interviewing Dragon Man for 30 minutes about all the cool stuff. Where did he make his money? All the good stuff, like all the questions people ask. What's your favorite gun? You know, how long you've been doing this? How'd you get to where you are? What are you going to do? What do you want to do when you die? Or what do you want to have happen to your guns when you die? Like real questions. It's pretty awesome. Close out all of these. So we'll watch the poll over here on the playlists. No, where the hell is it? On the community tab. Oh, and now it's 6. So it's 2 and 2 and 2. We'll get rid of this somehow. Oh, that's on GunStreamer. What? Oh, no, it isn't. I was like, what the hell? This is actually just watching the video that I'm watching. So that's there. All right. Well, there's 5 people out there. If you want to chat, let's chat. And I feel weird when I have the microphone in front of my face. It's even weirder now not having anything, which is what I did for years, but now it feels empty. Yeah. Let's see. I didn't know how to get to community tab on YouTube. I think it's one of them things where, what am I on here? I am on my channel. It just looks weird because I got the page open all the way wide like that. So if you're on your channel, you have to click on customize. It might look different for me because I'm like more important than a regular person. So my channel is fancier and better than a regular channel. But because I've been on YouTube forever or whatever, I might have a different channel. But if you got to customize, that's probably how you have to turn this on, because there's a couple of these tabs that they don't just automatically turn on. Like the store, you can't get. You have to be, I don't know what the threshold is. You have to do something to get the store. But I think everything else you just get. You just have to turn it on. You have to turn on channels? Do you have to achieve something to get channels? I don't know if it's like that anymore. But anyway, yeah, I mean, if you want to use all the whatever YouTube's got to offer. But this is kind of neat because you do have a couple of, the community tab is kind of neat because you do have a couple of tools. You can post pictures as well. So you don't have to just post YouTube, or you don't have to just post videos to YouTube. Like this was just a plain old picture I posted. What is lame is you can't do a picture in the poll. That seems kind of weird. But people can comment on it, I guess. Every once in a while, somebody will comment on my shit. I guess there's 4 comments on this one. So it's kind of like a video once it's posted. Let's see. Sometimes you can't tell. So I could go look around at other channels, but that's not going to tell you nothing. Have you seen this house before? That's not going to tell you nothing because some people might just have it turned off. You know, it might not be an indication of if they have it or not. What the hell is this? Just stupid commercials. So I don't know this video, but I've seen that house before. It's some sort of a house they built around a tree, I think. It's the one I'm thinking of. Oh, this is just a whole shit ton of houses, I guess. But that round one that's on the thumbnail was some sort of a tree, and they built like a big glass like cylinder around the tree. And then I think they hung the house around the tree somehow, like not off the tree. Maybe it was off the tree. I don't think it was off the tree. I think it was just hung around the tree. Yeah, it's one of them bullshit videos that's not even real. This is probably a 1.5 million subscribers. This is probably a robot, just a channel that feeds off the logarithms. Filth. I usually tell the logarithm. I usually tell the logarithm now to not show me that channel anymore. Let's see. I don't know why YouTube doesn't send. Oh, here we go. I don't know why YouTube doesn't send out notification for community posts. I don't know. Probably it's not their favorite thing. I'm sure it was a reaction to some other platform like Facebook or something. I think you have to get a certain amount of subs before you get a community. It could be because that's like I said, I don't see it very often, but it might also be because some people don't get it. But let's see if anybody changed anything over here. And then I can go back to, no, I guess I can't go in here and look for it. You can only look for it from the outside. That's kind of weird. It's not like the, well, I guess it's not like comments or something where I can go look at all my comments on YouTube. Like these are all my comments on YouTube. I can just go here and it'll accumulate all the comments from everywhere. It won't show me the results of that poll anywhere though. I have to go outside to my channel from the outside like a sucker, like a regular people, and then go into community and look at it. So that's weird. I feel like I should be able to look at it like an ATM. I should be able to look at it from the inside so I don't have to go outside and risk getting mugged or anything. Let's see, what else are we going to do? I've been online for a while today, so I'm kind of antsy to not be online, but I figured I'd go live. I'll just drop the link here for anybody that might want to jump in. I didn't even bother posting it on Patreon because I know Patreon does send out links, and I don't really want to bother people with a link every day. I guess maybe I'll do a poll over on Patreon to ask people how often they want to join the show. Maybe I could do it like Patreon Tuesdays or some shit. So then people can plan on being on a Patreon day or something. But if people want to be on every day, I guess I could post a link too. I really don't care. Especially with El Pato, where if some Yahoo jumps in, I just don't have to, I don't know if I can kick them out of here, but I know I don't have to let them in here. All right, well, now we got dead air. How long have we been live? 21 minutes. Probably of that, only a certain amount of it was actually live. Was I going to go through, what do you call this today? Instagram? I guess I could. I'll do it on here instead of my phone because that would be boring. First off, I think I posted it on here. This A10 flyover. So, we live in Tucson, and Tucson has, what do we have? Let's go find out. Davis Monthan Air Force Base is the name of the Air Force Base here. And if we go to Wikipedia, because that'll probably be faster, it's the 355th Wing. Let's see, host units for assigned to 12th Air Force, part of the block. I don't know how the Air Force structures their shit. So let's see, 2000 to present. The host wing for the 355th Wing. I don't know what that means. I think that means the 355th Operations Group is here, is what I'm guessing this means. Consists of 6 squadrons with 450 personnel. Is that each or all together? I think a squadron, back when I was in Civil Air Patrol, a squadron was like 24 people. So that, I guess that would be total. Employing A-10 aircraft and blah, blah, blah radar system. It provides warfighters with forces for close air support. So in other words, the A-10s are ground or air to ground, I think. Air interdiction, forward air control. I don't know what they're called nowadays. Whatever, that's what they're called nowadays. I didn't know that. All active duty aircraft assigned to DM will carry the tail code DM. You can't see their tails, at least not with human eyes yet, probably with binoculars or something when you see them flying around. So what does this tell us? They got the A-10Cs that have a blue tail. They got the A-10Cs with a yellow tail, and then they got them with a black tail. Oh, I didn't know that either, so now I know to look for that. So we got 3 squadrons of A-10s. Is it going to tell us how big a freaking squadron is? So that's what that looks like. That's what that looks like. Anyway, so we also got the support. We got the 355th training. That's, I thought, all they did. I thought that's just all it was. And then the air control, which is probably airport people, I'm guessing. You got the mission support, which is probably the people that cram bombs and bullets onto it, I'm guessing. And then the maintenance group, they fix shit when everybody else breaks it. And then the medical group, they just sit around, wimpy. And then you got the 563rd rescue group, pararescue. So we got the 48th Pararescue Squadron, the hardest working dudes in the Air Force right there. So these guys are basically EMTs, paramedics, or doctors that jump in behind enemy lines and kill people to get to our guys, pull them out, save their lives, and kill people on the way out with them. Usually in more austere conditions than the people that got there in the first place have to deal with. So these are like the hardest core dudes, and maybe even in our military, but definitely in the Air Force. And then you got the Pave Hawks. Those are the Hueys. The Hueys? There's the, not Hueys. These are the Blackhawks that are built into ambulances for pararescue. They fly around up there. You got 79th Rescue Squadron, which I guess is C-130s. And then you got this other stuff. So this is all the stuff we normally have flying around. And I don't know, I live like really close. So every single day, all of this stuff is flying around. Plus, there's M16s flying around from the airport. So I guess that's what this is probably. The base provides active duty support to the 162nd Fighter Wing of the Arizona National Guard. So I guess the F-16s are National Guards that we see up there. I don't know how many they have, but they're not up in the air every day, but we don't see them. F-16s, I see them when we go deer hunting and stuff down by the border. They're up there where they look like little tiny dots in the sky, and they fight each other up there. It's pretty cool. They'll like throw fake missiles at each other and stuff, so you don't hear them because they're so high. But if you sit there looking up and they're up there, you can see them fighting with each other. It's pretty awesome, and they do that right above the Mexican border. I'm sure they do it other places too, but where we go, they do it right above the Mexican border. It's kind of neat. So anyway, we see this stuff constantly, every single day. Well, whatever, probably every single day. And then in addition, they don't even talk about, we didn't even get down to the other stuff that they do, which, is that what they're calling it? Other stuff? No, that's the weather. So we also have the graveyard, right? Like, so they're also, every once in a while, is that this thing? Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group, AMRGG, takes those airplanes out of the graveyard, puts them back together, flies them around the city a couple of times, and then puts them back in the graveyard and like paints them all up again. So every single day there's a couple of those things in the air. So we got an air show every single day out here. And then today they go, stop everything. Stop everything. There's a flyover. And they give us a map, and it's like, they've never done this before. I've never seen a freaking thing that in a town where every single day there's F-16s and A-10s and C-130s, A-5s or C-5s, I guess, C-140s, everything that's in the graveyard that could be worth a shit. They fly around every single day. So they go, stop the presses. This is from the Pima Air Museum even, because we have an airport museum here. They go, stop the presses. They're going to fly around, and here's a map, and they're going to be here at 2 o'clock, and they're going to be here at 2:10, and they're going to be here at 2:20. I'm like, what the hell are they going to do? Like, this is going to be amazing, right? This is going to be monumental. They're telling us to be aware of this. Like, they don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like telling somebody who lives underneath the aircraft carrier that an aircraft carrier is about to do something awesome. It didn't do nothing. They were the worst flyover I've ever seen in my life. If I wouldn't have known that they were made a point of doing it, it was just little dots flying around. It was pointless. I don't understand what they were trying to do. So completely disappointed that whatever the hell this was supposed to be. The only thing I hoped was maybe they flew to the hospitals or something and did some kind of cool thing over the hospitals that we couldn't see. Like, is it possible that they were given the okay to like swoop down and do like a flyby or dip their wings like between the ambulances or something cool? Because whatever the hell, they just kind of came around and flew over here and then didn't do nothing. And you couldn't even see them. Like where I live, didn't even see them. Maybe they figure since we see planes all the time, let's fly them around where people don't see them all the time. I don't know. They could have put that in here though, because it was not good. I'm bitching. Let's see. You need any kind of widget machine for your website store? I'm not on board on this 2-week quarantine. I got a CNC mill. I'm like, oh, really? No, let's talk, because I don't know if I need anything machined, but I don't know. That could be interesting. Somebody's had mentioned before knowing printers, and then I've had, I think, one person ever email me, but it was more of like, hey, did they ever email you? And I said no, and they said, okay, I'm going to get back on that. So if somebody does know a printer, I went to go look how much it costs to have something printed, because I've got a couple of 3 or 4 books now that are like pretty much done, and thousands of fucking dollars. Like, it's really annoying. Like thousands of dollars, not even hundreds, like literally over $1,000 by the time you do postage and stuff. So I just don't, and that's just for that 30-page revolver book. It's one of these things where if you try to print 250, it's the same price as 500, and if you do 500, then you might as well do 1,000 for like $200 more. So now you're up at like, thousands of dollars. So so if somebody does know somebody who's a printer, I could definitely get a lead on that. And that's one of the reasons I was thinking about that thing that I don't want to talk about, because then I could just do some of that shit myself, right? And then, well, anyway, we'll talk about that off air with Patreons maybe sometime. So it looks like I was going to click around on, not on there, because that gets me going about the stupid shitty air show, fake air show they did today. I'd be curious. I talked to 2 people from Arizona so far about that shitty air show thing that they talked about. And both of us were like, it was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen, considering it cost like $70,000 to have those things fly around, and there was 4 of them. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that was an expensive thing that happened today. I started following the Medal of Honor Museum. I don't know if anybody feels like it, but kind of interesting. Back when I was a little kid, the only book I used to like to read in the library was the Medal of Honor book. I forget when I was a little kid. And would give us library time. So I would go read this. I figured out we had the Medal of Honor book. And a lot of times, back in the old days for sure, there's just like a little paragraph or something. So in like one lunch hour or break or whatever, I could read a whole bunch of different stories about the people that had received the Medal of Honor. So anyway, just a neat thing to be aware of. So usually on the anniversaries and stuff, they'll mention something. Found this channel the other day. Somebody who actually does gun cartoons. It's a girl, but I usually thumb them up because somebody's doing gun cartoons. What is this? This Clover's wife? It's 8 p.m. Too early for bed. Yeah, because they got the little grandkids over there probably. Looks like a bunch of the people from Big Sandy are antsy. All the machine gun shooters from Big Sandy are getting antsy. I keep seeing this one, but I don't know how many people called people on people. I don't know. One of these days I'm going to end up unsubbing Ken Blanchard. I really respect the guy, and he did a lot for getting people active, but he doesn't do anything guns anymore. It looks like a lot of people went to go to Mike Mosher's funeral and realized that was going to be like a thing where people traveled to it, but we had a guy in Arizona get shot, and it was something like this where like literally every law enforcement in the state came down and sent a vehicle or two. So I don't know what you call that. Is that a funeral procession? I guess it's not really a parade. They didn't have, they had lights flashing, but no sirens. A long procession, like a lot. When you think about all the different law enforcement sending a vehicle or two, and fire department trucks and things, and all the military, it was a massive, massive display. So this is Arizona Armory, cool place up in Phoenix that attends the Big Sandy shoot. And just before the Big Sandy shoot last fall, I think it was, maybe it was summer, I think it was fall, he had put this arm on his Humvee. He actually created that articulating arm, I believe. I don't know what I think he might have been something cavalry or something. I don't know. I'm just assuming because he's constantly shooting from vehicles a lot. But I think he came up with this sort of gizmo. Anyway, I think he's showing that off a little bit. J-Dog, somebody got my mill in my garage. That's a mill? An upright mill? It's a little different mill than I'm used to looking at. Or maybe it's because it's missing a bunch of stuff on it. Michigan cancels legislative sessions to avoid armed protesters. That's interesting. Who's afraid of somebody with an FS-2000? It's basically a joke. Tactical photographer, friend of ours. He's a cop, I think, or else he hangs out with cops all the time. If I live closer to Albuquerque, I'd be working for BMC, I think. Going on Noir, Rifle Dynamics. Well, that's a build class. Back in when we used to build, we'd have systems set up like this, but there'd be like 2 of us putting all these guns together. That's how you learn. Are these all G kits? I guess they are. That's why it looked so familiar. I'm like, oh, that kind of looks familiar. Yeah, back in the day, often they would have the handguards and stuff. Actually, these look like the kind of kits from back in the day where the barrels are all on there. That's pretty nice. Oh, it even says kits with original barrels. Mark said that these kits cost him a little less than 100 each. Oh yeah, that's from back in the day. Yeah, they used to cost us like $70. A friend of mine would buy hundreds of them, so I would go up there. I'd be like, I'll go buy them. He'd give me a bunch of shit ton of money, and I'd go up to J&G, and then I bought mine with his. So I got mine for whatever price he was getting his. Bunch of car stuff. Definitely got some interesting stuff going on from Canada because they're so pissed. But I think they need to be a little bit more than funny at this point. They need to get that guy out of there, right? Oh shit, people are saying stuff. Here's a link if anybody wants to jump in. I didn't realize people are chatting over here. I should put this thing over here. That way I can see it. Let's see. You need any kind of midget? I'll talk about that off air. We had that here in our county. The longest reigning sheriff passed away last week. Oh, okay. Like a giant procession or whatever. How long was he in for? I mean, and Crump is out there. Well, I'm guessing if it was forever, probably like decades, right? Oh, this is someplace that does Cerakote up in Phoenix. One of these days I'll go look at their shop or whatever. I don't know about American Suppressor. I should probably interview them or something. Should never take a government a year to approve a transfer of a hearing to protection device. A bunch of other pictures. This is a place in Phoenix that I guess now they have darts and some kind of shit, but normally they're always the what do you call those things? Like shooting simulators with lasers and shit. 46. All right, right on. Actually, yeah. Oh shit! I used to want a G. Now what the fuck am I gonna do? I need to get something besides a G made. I needed a G back in the day for doing stuff, but I'm gonna do some other kind of shape. I want to click on those, but I'm not gonna. They're probably gonna get me banned or something. Let's see. Everyday civilian. That's kind of cool. These really long ammo cans where they're basically 50s, but they're super tall. I have one of these, but mine doesn't have really cool stenciling on it, does it? Put it out back. It doesn't have cool stenciling. It's always cool when you can get them with stenciling on them. This is a handgun hideouts place that we met. And I don't know. Yeah, I guess I did an interview with them at Wanamaker one year, but I think pretty much everybody from Gun Channels has done a video with that guy. Let's see what this is. Boring. Picture. Skateboard. What is this? Some kind of shotgun shingles. I guess they're just on the outside. I don't like it. Some paint jobs, I guess. This guy's pissing me off. So this guy gets to hang out at the fucking Cowboy Museum. I've already bitched about this before. And then he hasn't been doing it because he probably got bitched at for doing it. But back when he first started doing it, he's like, nobody can come in the museum or nothing. Like, it's off limits. Oh, maybe they took him down. And then he'd be like, hey, here's Ted Danson just hanging out at the Cowboy Museum. And like, here's this guy hanging out at the Cowboy Museum. The fuck? I thought you said it was closed. Like, just open for celebrities only or something? I should quit following him. Let's see if I find anything good. What's this all about? Fire department's probably looking at a sticker. It's boring. SD gun owners, they were bitching about the people getting raises or something, I think, earlier. Does anybody follow Bruce Lee? Interesting channel. It's mostly his daughter, and every once in a while his wife will jump on there. It's kind of neat. I've seen plenty of AK vodka, but never the hand grenade vodka. It's kind of cool. I don't know if that's one of the dudes I follow that goes to Russia or not, but I'm pretty sure he buys stuff from Russia. This thing's hilarious. Anybody see this one? It took me a minute the first time. I'm like, what the fuck? I guess it just wasn't screwed in all the way. Yeah, this is that one. Wouldn't it be nice if politicians worked as hard to open back up San Diego as they do trying to get reelected? This I couldn't figure out. She's sticking stickers on a picture frame with glass. So, like, that doesn't make sense to me. I'll stick stickers on stuff, but not on a piece of glass in a picture frame. I guess that's enough of that. Crump is saying there's big news tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday? You mean you're talking about Free Patch Friday? That is big news. So thanks for that. I got something else going on. In law enforcement for 56 yeets. Holy moly. That's in Ohio. They're not even allowed to call things years anymore because of the yeet cannon. Let's see. So, Crump, go to bed. What are we at? I managed to kill 41 minutes, but nobody's saying nothing, and I've dropped links repeatedly. So at this point, I am out of here. Unless anybody has got, I guess I could refresh this. If any new votes have come. Oh, shit. Look how many of the votes are for Mayor's Lake now. Is there a way to know how many votes? 9 votes. I got to do the fucking math. Are you kidding me? 9, 56. So there's 2 that are the same. How could 2 be the same? Actually, it could be multiple numbers. It could be 2 and 2 and 5. Could it be? And then 3 and 3 and 3 can't be that. So it has to be, because it can't be 8 and 1 and 1. It would be 7, 1 and 1. I guess it has to be 2, 5, 2 and 2 and 5. So there's got to be only 9 votes in there. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's how it works out. Doing my rough math out of my head. And then I don't think anything's changing on this one. Nah, it's both the Mayor's Legs winning though, both of them still. So it looks like the Mayor's Leg is gonna be a patch and moving along. So suing the governor, right on. So I'm guessing that has something to do with, I don't even know if it has. As I was going to say, I'm assuming it has something to do with gun shops being open, but I guess it could also have to do with the laws that you got there that are crazy. So glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and blather by myself too long, but yeah, that's one of the things that hopefully we'll see in the long run. Try to, I don't know what to do. I've offered to have or attempt to have some sort of discussions on long-term planning, but hopefully you'll get some stuff accomplished there and people will be able to use that as a blueprint and vice versa. I don't know. I'm guessing there's probably some players that are in common, but more than likely you got different lawyers in each state just because of the size and scale of the situation, plus what's the word, like locating, like judge, what's the word for lawyers can't do lawyering outside of their state, right? So whatever that's called, jurisdiction. I imagine you got a lot of different suits happening. We already got a lever gun patch. That's true. But this one is the Mayor's Leg, and yeah, that's true. I don't know. Not a lot of people are going to want that thing. It's all beat up or whatever. But that's what you get. So with that, I don't know. There's nothing stopping you from petitioning other people too. I guess making a big campaign for what you're going to vote for. Let's see. We'll close out of that, and I'm going to yawn off air. It's weird because I don't have my. I guess I could turn this off. Now I can see my little circle thingy wiggling, because without that little circle thingy wiggling, not only do I not know if my mic's even working, but I don't know if it's loud or what. That's another reason it's creepy. I don't know how people can do chats by themselves. Weird. So, missing anything? I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I say, we got some other stuff we could chat about, but I'm not going to do it by myself. Blabbering over here. I don't think there was probably something else I was going to look at. The calendars, nothing today. There's something good tomorrow? I don't think so. No, I was thinking the other day was the Miller decision. Yeah, tomorrow is the Miller decision, I guess. Is tomorrow the 15th? Yeah. So nothing good. That's just a shitty one that everybody bitches about every year. And then we got silencer for firearms patented. We got that gun show that's canceled, so that's not super fun. But we do have some super fun. We got the patch zone the patch designed for. Wait a minute, I got all of them designed. I was gonna say I got 2 of them. I got all 3 drawn, and 2 of them designed into patches during the live show, and then the 3rd one I designed into a patch while I was sitting around in Yankee show. So all 3 of them are patches. I guess I'll end this, and sometime overnight here, we'll attempt to sew those into patches, and then we'll be able to look at what they look like. And then tomorrow we can. Oh, tomorrow's the end of the voting too, so it looks like the mayor's leg's going to win. But feel free to throw some petitions out there. Does it let you change your vote? That's a question. I don't know if it lets you change your vote or not. But maybe you could get people to change their votes. It's not just getting people that haven't voted to vote your way, but it could just be telling people to change their vote to your way. But I also will be doing some stuff off air, and then I guess that's it. So I'll be saying anything. We'll end it. Thanks for showing up. And if you're listening to this in the future, leave some comments out there. I don't even bother reading them every day, so I don't get comments that often, but by leaving comments out there, we do know that there's people watching this after the fact. Otherwise, thanks